Asalaamu Alikum and welcome to my channel, Umi in the City. I am so happy that you have decided to be here with me today on this Tuesday. And I'm happy that I have been able to keep my word. I said I was going to post on Tuesdays and I'm here. So, yay. Welcome to my new subscribers. I'm so excited that you chose to come and join me on this page, especially since, guess what, guys? Some of my new subscribers are not my personal friends or my family members. Like you don't know me. I've never given you a hug. I've never shook your hand, but you decided to come and be here on this channel and subscribe, and that's kind of cool. And of course, thank you to my subscribers who have been here from the beginning and you stuck around even though I was MIA, and you didn't just, drop us and stuff. So alhamdulillah. And if you were on this page, if you came across it, and you are not subscribed, please do so. Please. Yeah. So let's get started. Today I would inshallah like to share some information with you that I have found beneficial, and I pray that it's beneficial to us in this life and the hereafter. And actually on that, if you hear anything that you find to be beneficial, please feel free to like it. I am a teacher by profession, or I was a teacher by profession, and everything is about data-driven instruction, right? So we analyze and we see what needs to be taught. So what I'm going to do is, as I put out videos, I'm going to look to see what is commented on, where the likes are. I'm going to look at that on my Instagram page and here, and based off of what you respond to, that will dictate what content I put out in the future. So if you want to hear something, you want to hear more about something, press that button, inshallah. Yes, I'm sorry, I have my notebook because I can be long-winded and go left. So I want to make sure that I say what needs to be said during this time frame before I gotta go and live my life. So thank you, subscribe, like, and yeah. So what can you expect? What can you expect what can you expect from this channel? Inshallah, on Tuesdays, I will be posting content related to self-care, specifically self-care within, maybe Islamic twist, right? Also, yeah, pretty much. That's that. So it may be TAIM, it may be just things that relate to being, a person who wears hijab, or even a person that wears turbans or head wraps. Yeah, that's where that's going. And on the weekends, I know I'm doing the most, right? Like I went from not having any videos to now I'm telling you that I'm gonna post twice a week. Let's see if I do this. Inshallah, this is the plan. So on the weekends, I want to have perhaps alternating videos. So some videos will be very similar to the content that I put out when I first started the channel. So that is home organization, and then some homeschooling and parenting. And I'm going to add in some shout outs and recommendations, which I'm really, really excited to put out there for you. So yeah, that's what's going on. So we have Tuesdays and we have the weekends. Most likely Saturday, because I do stuff on Sunday. So yeah, that's what's coming up. So as far as this video, why are we having this conversation? Why are we here? Why is this important to me? And why do I think that you need to be on team TAIM? Yes, I know I keep saying it because I want I want everybody to be talking about it. I want it to be hashtagged here and there. I'm like, on your YouTube, and you know what comes up, right? Traditional Arab and Islamic medicine, TAIM. I'm putting it out there. It's going to be out there. It's going to be the new thing. Actually, it isn't the new thing. That's the fact. That's what I'm here to say. It's the old thing. It's the thing that we've been neglecting. It's the thing that we need to get back to. I am, before I get into the specifics of that, for as long as I can remember and as long as I have been into taking care of me, you know, like when you hit puberty and you start worrying about your pimples and you're washing your face and you're getting into makeup and all of those things, I have always been into green beauty, right? Natural products. And it's now as I've gotten older and as I have, I guess, attached myself to my Islamic identity, I realized that I don't have to search. Allah has already given us the answers, right? I feel like sometimes we start thinking that the grass is greener on the other side and we look to see what other people are doing. And Allah tells us that He's given us everything that we need to cure things. Like there isn't any disease or illness there that Allah hasn't provided the remedy for. And that includes acne. That includes your skin problems, right? That includes hair loss, right? Yeah. So why are we talking about this? Because and like I said, I am not a scholar of Islam. Like I am not a scholar. I'm a wannabe scholar. Like I could be in school forever if I had that type of money. I am not a licensed beautician, so I want you to receive anything that I share with you as if I am your sister in Islam, or your sister in melanin, or your sister on YouTube, because I'm not a professional in those areas, but I do like to study these things, and so I'm just going to share with you what I know. And on that, there is a hadith that I have heard, and I cannot tell you if it's a strong hadith or a weak hadith, and if that is something that interests you, then you are more than welcome to find out and let me know in the comments below. But the hadith is, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that anyone who has hair, let him honor it. So there, it's right there, bam. You have hair, you need to honor it. I think we forget sometimes that our hair, our skin, our organs, everything that's on our bodies is a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And because of that, we have the responsibility to take care of it. Our bodies have rights over us. Our bodies have rights over us. And so we need to be doing the utmost to be treating it well and right and proper. Yeah, so that's why. Also, because the cosmetic industry is kind of scary. There's a book out there. It's called Skin Deep, and I'll put it in the description box below. And it really talks about how there aren't as many regulations on cosmetics as there are on food. So you could be just slathering on cancer-causing lotion. You just rub it in. It's just getting into your system, into your bloodstream. That's scary. And remember, our skin is the largest organ in our body. Like it's the the largest organ on our body. So we don't want to be putting all sorts of interesting, scary things on our skin, especially when we don't have to, when there are natural alternatives, when there is herbal medicine, when Allah has given us that, right? Why not use it? So why TAIM and not other types of herbal medicine? For me, I guess this is pretty much what I said previously. We tend to think that the grass is greener on the other side, and there are all these other systems. And why am I going to use that when I have TAIM? Why? What is it? What is it made up of? What does that even mean? So there are 3 branches to it. And inshallah, if I can get fancy with it, figure things out, I will put a picture of this chart over here, or somewhere. And if I can't, it would be in the description box below. And then it would also be, well, the link to the journal article would be in the description box below. And then a picture would be on my Instagram. So if you don't see it pop up on the screen in like 3 seconds, go to Instagram. Not now, when this is over, when the video is over. It's going to be there. Inshallah. So the three sections, there's Islamic medicine. Islamic medicine, that is your Quranic medicine, right? So anything that's in the Quran that relates to our health. Then there is prophetic tradition, so that's our sunnah, so that's hadith. That's, when you think of that, you're thinking of black seed, fenugreek, henna, all of those things come from the prophetic tradition. And then there are regional traditional healing systems. And that's where you'll start to find some overlap between Ayurveda and TCM, which is traditional Chinese medicine, and those things. We have, those different traditional systems like Persian, etc. Right? It goes into that branch. And how do those things get into the larger traditional medicine, TAIM? If you think about Islam, it's kind of like a melting pot. It's a mix of things sometimes, because, and this kind of speaks to when TAIM became a actual thing. During the golden age of Islam, so that's between the 7th and 15th centuries, Islam was doing a thing. Like Muslims, we were on it. We were about our business. We were doing the thing. We were studying. We were opening up universities, hospitals, expanding empires. And at that point in time, Islam was from Asia through the Middle East, North Africa, all the way up to Spain, etc. Right? We were just everywhere. I mean, we're still everywhere, but we're not everywhere in the way that we were everywhere back then when we were, So during that time period, Muslims traveled, and as you travel, you learn from other, you learn from the people that come into Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that He made us into tribes and nations so that we may learn from each other, and so that's what happened. People came to Islam, and when they came to Islam, they brought their knowledge with them. And it became melted into the system. Bam. That's what it is. So how is it practiced? There are 5 systems. I want to say systems. 5 applications, perhaps. 5. Anyway, you know what? It's funny. We as Muslims, we love the number 5, right? We make salah 5 times a day. We have 5 pillars of Islam, so there are 5 branches of TAIM. There's medicinal herbs, so that is your caramel, that's your milk thistle, that's your henna. There's dietary practices, so that's your fasting, taking black seed and honey. There's mind and body therapy, so that's your prayer and your thicker. There's spiritual healing, so that's your ruqya. There's applied therapy, so that's your massage, and that's your cupping. Again, I'm not a practitioner. I'm not a professional practitioner, but I do know a sister that does cupping. So if you're interested in that, comment below and I'll let you know. I'll hook you up. Well, I'll hook you up with some information. Not a deal, because I'm not in the position to provide that for you. So that is the gist of what TAIM is. For me, what is it in my life? So there are some things that I do because there's a hadith that tells me to do it, pretty much specifically. Like, for example, massaging olive oil into my head, right? There's hadith to support that, and so I do that. But then there are also things that I do because I'm trying to incorporate things that were mentioned in the Quran or in hadith into my regimen, my skin regimen, and my hair care regimen. So, for example, we know that Prophet Muhammad says that black seed is blessed, right? And so with that, I'm like, all right, let me find out how I can use black seed. And I take it internally, I put it in my face spritz, I put it in my hot oil treatments, those things. So that's what we're going to have here on this channel in the future. So stay tuned. Like, subscribe, follow if you haven't done so already. And yeah, that sums up the intro. If you have any questions, put them below.